Well, gather round, kids, and hear the tale of Florida Man. He's America's wildest, bawdiest, rootin' tootin'est ne'er-do-well, and he might just be breaking and entering into your heart. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. America has a long tradition of folk heroes. Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan, John Henry, Pecos Bill. But if you ask me, the greatest American folk hero is Florida Man. Now, Florida Man isn't a single person. Some would say we're all Florida Man, which I really hope isn't true. Florida Man is a meme that got started in 2013 on Reddit with this screenshot. As you can see, Florida Man keeps himself busy. Whoever this Florida Man is, he's clearly insane and unstoppable. He feels no pain, has no ethics, and is capable of feats far beyond that of a normal American man. In fact, if you're bored at work, just do a search for Florida Man and see what comes up. Today I got gems like Florida Man arrested for DUI while lemur and wallaby escaped from truck. Florida Man says he received dirty underwear in Uber Eats delivery, and Florida Man stuffs foot-long subway down pants, cops on the lookout. Florida Man even has his own Twitter handle. Why is Florida Man a thing? Well, for one, Florida is the third largest state by population, and more people means more chances for insanity. And the fact that Florida is a particular victim of the opioid crisis is maybe another factor. But the real reason for Florida Man is the state government's Sunshine Law. The Sunshine Law is a broad state constitutional law established in 1995 to ensure that the public, which includes everyday citizens, not just journalists, has access to official records related to Florida's governing agencies. That includes arrest reports from sheriff's offices and police departments. So, on a slow news day, journalists in Florida can just call up the local police department and ask for the arrest reports, and voila, you have Florida Man does X on the local news. It's become such a thing that nowadays a lot of cops simply email the reports, and some departments even post arrest records online. So with that in mind, here are 10 illustrative examples of Florida Man. Originally there were going to be 100, but I had to cut the ones that would be too lewd for YouTube. So, number 10. Our first adventure of Florida Man has him stealing 850 pairs of Victoria's Secret underwear. That's a lot of women's underwear, especially for a man. And the underwear was worth so much money, this Florida Man was charged with grand theft, which is a felony. Here's the judge.
Gotta admit, I haven't seen this before. Over $15,000 worth of property from Victoria's Secret on 3 separate occasions.
And believe me, it's something when that judge says he hasn't seen this before, because he's probably seen Florida Man do a lot. Number 9. Florida Man clears a jail courtroom by claiming he has Ebola.
Stop. Mr. Miller, I'd back up, and I'd back up pretty quick if I were you. All right? Now, may I see one of the deputies? Mr. Britton, take a step to your right.
Yes, Your Honor.
This gentleman has claimed he has Ebola.
The courtroom had to be cleared, but get this. Turned out, he didn't actually have Ebola. Number 8. This Florida Man told police his wife was abducted in their home/trailer by intruders using holograms. According to a police report, the man stated that they used holograms to project signals on the walls to get him to do what they wanted and to communicate with each other. Now, believe it or not, this wasn't exactly true. His wife had not been abducted. Police got a hold of the woman, who was actually just in a nearby trailer belonging to the man's aunt. The man and woman both said intruders used holograms to trick them into thinking that they were in the house and then chase them to the aunt's trailer several lots down. Police never did catch those holograms. Number 7. This Florida Man story is rather touching. We all have fears, but many of us never truly confront them. But this brave Florida Man tattooed a spider on his face to get over his fear of spiders, specifically a black widow. He told reporters, "Everybody fears spiders. That's why I got it. Just to, make me know that that's what I fear, but not to fear it." You know what I'm saying? I do know what you're saying. It's like the guy in Indiana who got this 2012 campaign logo tattooed on his face to confront his fear of Mitt Romney. Number 6. It was not a happy birthday for this Florida man who poked his girlfriend in the eye because she brought him the wrong birthday breakfast. Irving wanted pancakes, but instead got waffles, police said. And so he poked his girlfriend in the eye. Outrageous. What kind of psychopath would rather have pancakes than waffles? Number 5. Much like the women in his life, Florida man loves animals but fails to understand them. When his puppy dog started crying, this Florida man tried to get it to stop by pouring hot sauce on it. Don't worry, the puppy was ultimately fine, especially once police seized ownership of the dog. Number 4. Florida man, well, he doesn't always have a lot of money. That's why this Florida man resorted to shoplifting a chainsaw that he stuck down his pants. It was almost the perfect crime, but the store employees chased him, so he ditched the chainsaw in a wooded lot. Then he made his big mistake. He returned to pick up the chainsaw. Guess who was waiting for him when he went back to the scene? Police. Number 3. Florida man can put all kinds of things down his pants. If he has pants, that is, which he doesn't always. Like this Florida man.
A naked man with a 3 to 4 foot sword. The man began charging people and screaming at them.
When is this country going to finally wake up and install some common sense sword control laws? Ultimately, a passerby got him to put the sword down, which was a huge mistake for this naked Florida man because then the passerby tackled him to the ground and the cops came. Number 2. This Florida man was caught on surveillance camera sneaking onto his neighbor's property to steal a peacock. Just one of the peacocks. There were a lot of them. Peacocks are incredibly loud, which none of the neighbors really like, but they were still upset about the theft. They have become a nuisance, but it's somebody invading and that's not right, a neighbor said. And yet none of the neighbors said they could identify the man or his truck. But I can. Obviously it's Mr. Clean. Not the original Mr. Clean. It's his redneck cousin from Miami. And last but not least, number 1. In 2012, this Florida man was charged with attacking a drag queen on Halloween while wearing what he described as an ironic KKK costume. I mean, really, couldn't he have just claimed it was a ghost costume? But no, he dug his heels in. His lawyer defended him as wearing the ironic KKK costume to put down, mock, and ridicule people who are racist and homophobic. Though that doesn't explain why he was holding a tiki torch. He was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. He claimed the drag queen attacked him. And after a 2-year legal battle, he was eventually cleared of the charges. But the best part of the story is, then he ran for mayor. He did not win. But 2 years later, he tried again. He didn't win either. And then he tried again. He also lost. But it does go to show you, even Florida man can have a shot at redemption. Now let me just say again that this is an incredibly small selection for tall tales about the great American hero, Florida man. I highly encourage you to read up on his exploits yourself. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching this episode of America Uncovered.